Hello everyone and welcome to episode 22 of the Wizard101 Let's Play series. Last episode we finished up Mushu. This episode we're gonna go to Grizzleheim. I've debated it for a while. The only thing I don't like about going to... Shut up. The only thing I don't like about going to Grizzleheim currently is the fact that I still have 1.2 hours left on my XP boost potion. That is going to get wasted because Grizzleheim has the least amount of XP that any world has. Honestly, it's nigh equivalent to Wizard City, but I'm sure it's fine. Bit worried about Ravenscar. I don't have to worry about that for another 2-3 episodes, but Ravenscar has always been one of my least favorite streets in probably this entire game. Ravenscar just isn't fun. Oh, the music's fun though here. I remember doing it on my balance let's play. I did it with my fire and it still took 53 minutes, which is quite ridiculous, not gonna lie. Yeah, so I don't actually know how long each of these takes, but we'll see. You know, I'll probably get to 45 at some point in Grizzleheim. Probably not this episode, maybe not next episode, but probably within 3 episodes. I have a coffee here, let me drink some of that.
What brings...
Shut up, bitch. What did I do? What did I do? Help. Okay. I'm gonna keep spamming buttons until it stops lagging. Alright, there we go. Why are there 2 bears? Why is there a total of 2 bears back here? There's usually like 50. Quest tree. Sorry, I was looking up my Grizzleheim quest guide tree thingy. Alright, it looks like we got... Oh, what? Oh, they just didn't... I think he passed. I wasn't expecting him to pass. So I was tabbed out of the game and like no noise happened. I was like, what? Alright, well hopefully... Alright, whatever. I don't need to use the enchant, I can just... Alright, anyways, let me stop looking at that quest line. Looks fine. Hopefully I can, you know, do some stuff. God, I hate these shirts. They bother me so much. Oh yeah, I should. I'm gonna pause the video while I defeat the next 2. I'll see you guys when I'm done with that. Alright, the bears have been beaten. What was I saying? I was gonna say something. I don't remember. But, yeah, I have been enjoying the Wizard101 Let's Play series. Like, I've actually been enjoying it a lot. Especially in Mushu, I think that was like the peak of my enjoyment. I was having a lot of fun, honestly. I think that fun is going to slow down a little bit right now in Grizzleheim. I'm still going to enjoy it, don't get me wrong, like, just to a significantly lesser extent. The problem with Grizzleheim is it's very unfulfilling. I probably had this discussion when I was here last time, but let's be honest, last time I was in Grizzleheim, if you've watched my videos, I was significantly more quiet and less... I sound completely different now, but basically, the problems I have with Grizzleheim, the biggest problems is that it's extremely unfulfilling, and King's Isle really, I think, needs to buff it so it feels more fulfilling. Because the problem is that the XP is way too low to even remotely be considered like decent XP. Winter Tusk gives fantastic XP. And I don't know if they were trying to make up for it. It's like Grizzleheim has really shit XP, Winter Tusk has really good XP, and it's just like a balance. I don't know. But Grizzleheim's XP is so shit that no one wants to do it, which is a main problem. Because, okay, please stop fizzling, thank you. Which, it's a major issue because, see, if you think about it, Grizzleheim is designed for you to enter it at level 20. Now, that's good and all. Oh, sorry, I minimized it accidentally. That's good and all. And that's why there's lower XP. But even at level 20, the XP is shit. Like, at level 44 right now where I am, it's absolutely nothing. But at level 20, it's still, like, not that much. Like, 200 XP isn't good. Like, I think at level 20 that would have been, I think you would need about 8k to level up, 9k? 8 or 9k, you'd still need to do so many quests. What's that, 5 times 9, which is 45. You still have to do 45 quests to even level up once from Grizzleheim. Now, obviously, the XP increases. It's a curve, you know, it increases as it goes. Right now, it hasn't, it's not, but later on it will. Specifically in, you know, like Merkholm Keep, Ravenscar, I think has a few quests that give like 1,000, which is decent, but not good. Especially Ravenscar, because I just want to mention one thing about Ravenscar. Oh my god, please stop fizzling. One thing about Ravenscar is you need to be level 40 to enter it, right? Level 40. Level 40, if you don't do any side quests, is mid Dragonspire towards the end of Dragonspire. It's in that region. I just accidentally discarded that, but right, that's where level 40 is. Now, 1,000 XP is how much XP you were getting at the end of Krokotopia and at the beginning of Marleybone. 1,000 XP is like the max of Ravenscar. It doesn't make sense. Like, I think King's Isle needs to go back and reevaluate all of Grizzleheim's XP. I think this quest right here should give 400. This entire entry area should give double the XP that it currently gives. Like, this should give 500. You know, stuff like that. Especially because the enemy difficulty is semi-decent. Where these enemies are, what, 390, which is probably, they're weaker than Marleybone, but stronger than Krokotopia. So I think the quest should be like a Krokotopia Marleybone quest and not like a Wizard City quest, you know? But, okay, I mean, literally I'm just complaining about something that they're probably never going to change. It's just, it leads to it being so unfulfilling because it is a fantastic world. Don't get me wrong. The world is amazing. The design's amazing. The music is amazing. The enemies are amazing. The entire aesthetic is so pleasing. And that's what the main issue is that I have with it is it's so pleasing. And then you look at the XP, and the XP you get is equivalent to Wizard City. It makes it the most unfulfilling world possible because you're having a fun amount of time while doing it, but you know that it was basically pointless because you only gained a level out of it. And it's good that it's fun, right? And it's not super fun, don't get me wrong. It's not like I had amazing fun while playing Mushu. I had decent fun while Marleybone. This isn't that. This is Wizard City level of fun, nostalgia fun, like you're questing fun, if you get what I'm saying. But I mean, it's, I don't know. I just think if I think that they should remodel Grizzleheim. Don't change the quests. Don't change the aesthetic. Don't change the music. Change the... Either change the enemies so the enemies are less strong, or change the XP so it gives more XP. For example, Raven Scar is my biggest problem. Is that Raven Scar, those quests do not give a ton of XP. Dragonspire, Mushu gives more XP than them by far. And that's a problem, considering you don't need to even be level 40 to enter Dragonspire. I think you need to be level 30 something to enter Dragonspire. Actually, I'm pretty positive that you can get into Celestia at level 40. I think. Don't quote me on that. I mean, it's almost impossible. It would be impossible to do that. But I think that's the minimum level to entering Celestia. Can I please stop fizzling on those? This episode, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I keep doing a bunch of damage to them, getting them down to 80 health, and then the next like 3 Tempests I try to kill them with just fizzle. Also, I need mana. But, you know, I think that Grizzleheim is a fantastic world. Don't get me wrong, I think on my world's ranked list, I'll need to look at it again. I think it was like 11th or something, which, you know, it was placed just above quite a few worlds, I think. But it's just the XP holds it back so much. And I feel like everyone knows that. No one really wants to do Grizzleheim all that much. I mean, maybe if you really like the aesthetic and really like the quest, yes, you wouldn't mind doing Grizzleheim, but the main issue is if it's just not fulfilling, you know? But, you know, I think that someday they'll probably buff the XP, even if slightly. Like, I think it should give at least 50% more. At least 50% more. Personally, I think what it deserves is double, but what it needs is at least 50% more. And you know, if there's any King's Isle devs watching this, there isn't, but if there is, please bring this up to your other King's Isle devs, because God, this world needs it. It needs a touch. It needs the King's Isle touch, because it's been neglected for all too long. Last time I think Grizzleheim was updated would probably be when it came out, and that was in 2009, 2010. It's been 10 years. I think that 10 years is enough time for them to realize this XP is just too low. At least I think it's too low. I don't know. Like, for example, I think I've gained maybe 1,000 XP's worth of quests so far, which it's been how many minutes? It's been 13 minutes. 13 minutes is how much I averaged in Mushu Street, and in those Mushu Streets, I probably averaged about 12 to 20,000 XP. So that just goes to show you, it is, obviously it's supposed to be less than Mushu. It's not supposed to be Mushu, because Mushu is for level 30s. This is for level 20s. But Crocotopia, I probably averaged 8K in 13 minutes, if I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to go and look and guess, or just willing to guess that I averaged about 8K per 13 minutes versus this, where it's been 13 minutes and I've gained less than 1,000, probably, or maybe about 1,000. Also, fuck you for that storm shield on the storm enemy. I hate when they do, whenever the enemies do that with a storm shield, it bothers me so much, because the storm shield on a storm enemy just sucks, because there's no way I can, you know, get through that. That's alright. I also need to go get mana, by the way, because I don't know if you've noticed, but my mana is extremely low. Like 23 mana low, which is, you know, bad. I'm just not sure if I can kill with a blade. I could probably kill with a blade and 4 pips, but I want to be sure, you know. Oh, the music's really good. The music's really good. One thing I can say without a doubt that I want King's Isle to never change about Grizzleheim is the music. The music is fantastic. The boss already respawned. That was rather fast. Gold boost elixir. Alright. I'll keep that in my potions. Does that include selling? I don't know. I've never used a gold boost elixir. Is it only quests? If it's only quests, the most logical choice would be to do crafting, right? That makes the most logical sense. Okay, defeat spider to collect 3 ichor. Is it ichor or ichor? I couldn't tell you. Alright, I have mana now, which is what I wanted. Alright, realistically the enemies don't matter too much. I'd prefer 2 of the ice enemies though. Alright, look at that. I mean, 2 ice enemies isn't that much better because they might use tower shield like this one's probably going to. But 2 of the balance enemies would probably be shit because balance, for some reason, right, ice enemies use tower shield, but balance enemies use elemental shield. And I've got to say, I think balance enemies use elemental shield more than that. Sorry, just Calvin's texting me something currently. I'm just gonna respond with poggers. Oh, my back really hurts right now. I don't know what it is, but it's not doing so good. All right, I collected 2 out of 3. I'll see you guys when I've collected the last one. All right, so you know how I said I wanted to fight one of the ice enemies? I regret that. The balance enemies only have 400 health. I didn't know that. If I did know that, I would have fought the balance enemies. But instead, I fought the harder, much harder, double health ice enemies because I figured that the balance enemies would use elemental shield. But it's fine. I ended that battle in literally 1 turn, so. I know, Thunderhammer. I did do that. Alright, back to that. Yeah, so I actually don't know how many quests I have left. Actually, if I didn't close the fucking quest tree like an idiot, give me a second. Okay, Grizzleheim. Luckily, for some reason, Google loaded super fast that time. Alright. The Spider Queen. Spider Queen. Alright. Oh god. This first episode's gonna be like 30 minutes long. This music. Actually, it's funny. I remember this vividly now that I say it. In my first Wizard101 series, in Balance, I remember distinctly listening to that music. The music of this cave and thinking it reminded me of something, and now I kind of know. I'm almost positive that that sounds like a Harry Potter soundtrack, and I don't remember what soundtrack. I don't remember exactly what it's from, but I would have to listen to the entire Harry Potter soundtrack again. But I know for a fact that is like one of the Harry Potter. I think it's that. I don't think it's Star Wars, but I think it's Harry Potter. I mean, it's all John Williams anyway, but it sounds like one of those tracks. I don't remember which one, but it does sound like one of them. That right there, the da 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 in particular. Yes, I know. Go to Camp Waterfall. Ooh, 3 cattails, alright. Alright, over here. Sorry, I was just kind of focusing. What quest is this? Thrice Blessed Blade? Yeah. Alright, then after this we have 2 mob, 2 boss. Alright. But, I've always found Grizzleheim to be enjoyable. It's not as enjoyable, you know, I've already went over the reasons, obviously, but I've always found it to be enjoyable. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do Nidavellir again. Is that how you pronounce it? But I don't know. But that place with Jotun, you have to defeat Jotun before. Is it before Ravenscar or before Wintertusk? I think it's before Ravenscar, and that's gonna suck. Can I do that solo? I definitely want to, but can I? That's the question. I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure. Oof. My back really hurts, I'm sorry. Oh, fuck, my back. Alright, can you please die? I fizzled way too many times today. More times than I usually do. How much accuracy do I have? 13% still? Which means that's still a... Sorry, I'm super bad with numbers. 100 minus 83 is 17, so there's still a 17% chance of fizzling. Only 17, and I still feel like I'm fizzling so often. So very often.
I can sense the power. Now that you've got your sword, there's little I can do for you. Take it to Hagen. Did I know if that...
Yes. Grendel, which is at this teleporter? Yes. Urchin Darter, alright. So, it's funny, these are called Grendels, and Grendels are based off of Grendel, the thing from Beowulf, I'm assuming, right? Because it's kind of got that like goblin devilish vibe. Is Beowulf's pagan, right? So Beowulf wasn't the devil. Was it? No, it did have biblical influences, didn't it? Because it says that it was born from Cain, right? Or it says something like brother Abel, Cain, whatever, at the beginning of it. I vaguely remember it. But basically, Grendel... Oh, Beowulf was one of those weird ones, wasn't it? Beowulf was... I remember it now. Beowulf was an epic that was a pagan mixed with Christian thing, which made it super weird, which is hilarious. I think Beowulf was really cool. Obviously, if you've never read Beowulf, you probably will in school. I believe it was in my 11th grade schooling, but I mean, it might be at a different time in your schooling. Most likely, though, you'll probably read it before you're out of school, I think. Beowulf tends to be red, you know. It's trying to think, it's just like literature, you know. Commonly read literature. What did I read in 11th grade? I read a lot of poems. I read Macbeth and Beowulf. That's all I really remember. Yeah, it was a year. All right, I really need mana. Like, here, let me get this mana. There we go, 11. It's because I'm using Tempest and I keep fizzling. So I keep using Tempest when I have like 8 pips, 7 pips, and those 7, 8 pips make it so that I, you know, it takes 7, 8 mana when it shouldn't. And then I also keep fizzling, which I think when you fizzle, it still consumes the mana.
The doors are sealed. You can tell that powerful magic is at work here. There must be a way through.
Yes. Thulin. And collect the totem. Right, because you know, okay, so honestly, if there's one, so if you don't know, history is my favorite subject. I do quite enjoy history, and
you've come a long way to find me, Outlander. I pity you'll never see your homeland again.
Sorry, he's talking over me, and it's very distracting. So, obviously, I really love history. If there's one thing of history, oh, come on, man. Oh, wait. No? Okay, he just had a storm attack. But if there's one thing of history that I really want to improve on, it is my pagan Norse history, because I don't really know much about it. The limits of my knowledge is like Christian the III in like the 15th century onwards, like vaguely up to the 30 Years' War. That's all I really know. I don't know much about, like, I only really know a little bit vaguely about Denmark and the, oh my god, what's that called? Why can't I think of it? The Kalmar Union, there we go. But, it's really interesting. I mean, you know, there was a large period of time, specifically during, like, the 9th century, where the Norse were at the height of their power, and they were perhaps the most powerful people. They were, you know, Vikings, raiders. You know, what was I saying? Yeah, but I think it would be really interesting. I want to learn more about it. I haven't really learned much about that era, that period of time. Anything before like the 15th century, I'm kind of mad about.
Spider Bane Blade.
God, I love the voice acting in this game so much. Yeah, I'm going to college, obviously, right? And my college plans is I'm majoring in secondary education, which, you know, an education major is nice. And at the college I'm going to, it is, what they do is they have your main subject as your major and then secondary education as your other major. So I'm double majoring. And history is very interesting, obviously, to me. But the problem is that I'm super happy that college is, you know, is better about this. But a lot of high schools don't go over before the 15th century, really. The only class I've actually had that goes over before, like, probably the 18th century was AP European History. And I'm super excited, like, to do classes and stuff about, you know, earlier histories. I want to learn about the Dark Ages, and I want to learn about stuff like that. And that's why I'm super excited to start taking classes like that. And because that period of history is just unknown to me. I know some stuff about the Romans, I know some stuff about the Greeks, and then like I have a gap in my knowledge. All I really know is that the Roman Empire fell, a bunch of minor you know, countries and tribes rose out of that, and then I kind of skipped knowledge to the feudal age. That's about it. I obviously know major events like the Battle of Hastings, you know, stuff like that. The bigger events of the like 11th century, like the Crusades and stuff like that. But we didn't learn much about it in school, and honestly, that's an oversight in my opinion. What I think they should really do is 8th grade, they teach you about Roman Empire to Dark Ages, and then in high school they teach you more broad history. But you know, I'm not going to go on a spiel on why what I think they should do to recalibrate the education system. But that's it for today. Finished. What's that place called? Saverstead Pass. Next is going to be Vigrid Ruffland. It took 32 minutes, which is hilarious. I think that this is funny that it took longer than most Mushu things, despite being level 20. So, yeah, if you enjoyed, please drop a like, hit the sub button if you're excited for Grizzleheim, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a fantastic day.